Hey everyone, Omogonix here and welcome back to a brand new video here on the channel where today I'm going to attempt to make a small game in Godot using Android. So in case you didn't know, it's totally possible to use the Godot 4 editor on an Android device. If you're interested in checking it out for yourself, a link will be in the description to the official Godot website. I made a video recently checking out Godot 4 on Android and it surprised me how it's literally the whole Godot engine, not just a slimmed down version of it. As I was recording that video, I thought to myself that I should attempt to make a video where I try and make a game with the Android version of Godot, thus why I'm making this video today. I think it will be challenging in some way, mainly because I'll be using a phone and a small touchscreen instead of using a PC as I usually do when making my games. It's going to be an interesting experience, and I won't be making anything like the small games you see on my itch.io page. No, this will be much smaller in scale because otherwise it will probably take me a while. Before we do get started, I'll explain what sort of simple game I plan to make. So basically the player will be in a small room and they'll be able to move forward, back, left and right, and they'll need to collect a couple of orbs and they're done. I was thinking about expanding upon this a little and maybe even adding some randomization for replayability, but I guess we'll wait and see because I'm not sure if I'll be able to be bothered to do that yet. So anyways, let's launch Godot and try and make something. So here I am in my Godot project, so I'm on my phone right now. So this is a project which I made in my last video, basically showing off Godot on Android, and all that's in this project so far is just a static body cube, so I guess I'm going to start off with this as my flooring. So what I'm going to do is I am going to scale this out, this floor. Oh, I think I accidentally just... Wait, is ray... Oh wait, no, ray pickable is something which is set by default. There we go. Alright, so let's scale this like a floor then. But wait, no, first off what I should do is I should probably actually add like a new mesh instance for like a... Sort of like a... what's it called? Like a player reference size. I usually like to do that with my games. So I'm gonna select the mesh instance and set it to a capsule mesh. There we go. Hopefully that's all, yeah, there it is. Alrighty, so here we have our capsule. So this is going to be like the size reference of the player. And wow, I didn't notice how big this this cube here was. But yeah, I did scale it up quite a bit in my last tutorial, I guess. I mean, not my last tutorial, but my last video where I checked out Godot on Android. But yeah, let's now extend this flooring out here. We could probably just type in a value as well, but I'll just drag it. Alright, I think that's a good enough size for the flooring on that axis. Now let's do the z-axis. Oh, I accidentally just scrolled up the y-axis. Alrighty, so this here is going to be the floor. Now I am of course going to give it a different color. So I'm going to go to the mesh of the floor, geometry. Then we're going to set a material override, new stand material 3D. And boom. Alrighty, so now let's change the albedo color of this material. Well, what's going on? Oh yeah, I can just choose this like this. Alright, cool, now we're actually changing the material. I was just confused because like the text box shows up even though there's real no reason for it to, but whatever. I think for this game we'll go with like a blue floor maybe. And yeah, there we go, there is our blue floor. Alright, so we've got our floor. We'll need walls as well. I am actually going to rename this to floor. There we go. Now, can we actually like duplicate nodes? Because I think if I hold down, oh, let's try holding down on it, there we go. Alright, now I think we can duplicate it. And boom, there we go, now we've duplicated the floor. So now this duplicated floor is going to be one of the walls. I just need to move out my camera a bit, just so that I can get a good idea of what I'm going to do here. Alrighty. So now with the transform of this, we're going to scale down the x-axis. In fact, I'm just going to type in a value. We'll just type in 1, and boom, there we go. Yeah, I'm just going to type in values, it's a lot quicker than dragging. There we go. I mean, we don't really need high walls like that, but we'll use... Yeah, 5's a good height anyway, we'll use it. Alright. And then also, I want to change the material of this wall here as well. So I'm going to hold down on that. I'm going to go make unique. So now that is a new unique material. But yeah, it is really cool how this is just pretty much just Godot, like the full-on actual Godot on Android. Like, I know like a bunch of you guys have probably already used this before, or you've probably already known about it, but it is something which I found out about a few months ago. And yeah, just recently I tried it out for a new video, and it is really cool how people can, make games using Godot Android. I mean, obviously it's not the best way to make games, but yeah. And it looks like my project is lagging a bit now. I think my project is lagging. Oh wait, now it's fine. Yeah, it's alright now. It's just because of having the thingy selected or whatever. But yeah, now everything's gone back to normal. I was thinking that just by adding another static body cube into the scene just then I'd probably just stuffed up the frame rate, but no, everything's alright. I'm gonna rename this to wall as well. There we go. So now that we've got one wall, we're gonna have to duplicate them around and make multiple. Well. Oh my god, no, I don't want to create a script. No. Oh my god. There we go. I do not want to create a script, oh my god. Because my phone, what is going on? What am I doing? Did I just duplicate? What the hell is going on? Okay, I think I accidentally just duplicated the floor into the wall. I did not mean to duplicate the floor. Now I've got to try remove it. Delete. There we go. Delete, yes. Oh my god, what is going on? But yeah, using a phone is so hard because, the touch on it can be so finicky. Duplicate. And there we go, now I've got our wall duplicated again. But yeah, if I was on PC right now, I would have already made up this basic level. It's literally just meant to be a floor with 4 walls, but this is already taking me a bit of time. Alrighty, we've almost got the 4th wall in. I think we've been doing this for nearly 10 minutes now, Jesus. It's taken us nearly 10 minutes to do this. If I was more used to Godot Android, I would have probably done it a bit quicker, but yeah. And also if I had a bigger screen as well, it would be easier. Alright, so we've got the walls and the floor in. Now what we need to do is we need to make the player and the things for the player to collect. So let's get to doing that, but first off I am going to delete this player size reference here since we won't be needing that. Oh, accidentally just chose to rename it, there we go. Scroll down, delete, and boom. There we go. Alright, so what we're going to do now is I am actually going to rename this to a level, this parent node here, since this is going to be our level. So let's go save my scene quickly again. Now let's create a new node 3D scene. So we are going to rename this to player. There we go. Alrighty. Oh. So now let's try to change the node type here. And we want it to be a character body 3D. So luckily, character bodies do come with a player script by default, so it won't take us much time to program a player script at all. It's all pretty much done by default for us. And it won't be first person either, so that'll take us even less time for this video. Alright, so now that we've got the player node, we can just click on the plus icon here to add a child. Now we're going to add a collision shape 3D. And we're going to make it a capsule shape 3D. And again, we're going to add a mesh instance. This will be the representation of the player. New capsule mesh, and there we go. Alright, so now we've got the basics of our player done. Let's get the script in. Oh. First off though, I'm going to make sure I do save my scene. I'm gonna save it into my scenes folder that I've already got. There we go. Now let's go create a new script. We'll create a new scripts folder as well. Oh my god. Okay. Alright then, I guess, oh my god, what's going on? Can I exit this? Can I exit this at all? Can I leave the text box? Like, because if I press the blue arrow on the text box, it just goes down a line. What am I meant to do now? There we go. Guess I just gotta switch nodes or something. Switch to 3D view. But yeah, okay, well I guess my script is now in my my scenes folder. I wasn't able to actually set a scripts folder at all. Okay, whatever. But yeah, that's one thing which is hard about obviously using Godot on Android. If you have a smaller touch screen, it's going to be harder to use it. That's why I obviously prefer using Godot on PC. Or you could probably use it on like a bigger touch screen, like an iPad for example, but yeah. So pretty much as I just said, because the character body 3D, when you create a new script for it, you can actually like choose to select the character body 3D script template, and that basically gives us basic movement already in our script here. So obviously you can't really see too much of the script, I can't really scroll down too much, but yeah. Like I wish I could just view the script as normal, but unfortunately this text box can't go away for some reason. Oh, now it can, when we actually press on something else, but yeah. So as you can see, this is our basic script here. We can even use the scroll bar here to scroll along the left and right. Yeah. So the only thing that we will need to change with this are the UI inputs. So what we're going to do is we're going to go project settings. Okay, so now we're in the project settings, input. Now let's add some new inputs. I'm going to add up, then I'm going to add down, then I'm going to add left, oh, and then I'm going to add right. And there we go. Alrighty. So I don't think we'll need to actually attach any keys or anything to the actual inputs. I think we can just leave them as they are, but if I do need to change anything I will later on, of course. But yeah, let's just go save the project again. There we go. So now in this script of ours, we're just going to replace where it says UI left, UI right, UI up and UI down with our own inputs. I can barely even see what I'm coding right now. Like I can't even see what I'm doing. Alright, so we've got all the inputs in. So we've got our player, we've got our node 3D, our level here. Let's just instantiate the player into our scene now. There we go, now we've got our player in the scene. Do not be fooled, this is not just a player size reference capsule, this is our player itself. We are going to add a camera into the scene as well so we can actually see what's going on. So let's select our level node. You know what I think would be cool? Imagine if it was like a game jam or something where people had to make like a game using Godot on Android specifically. That would be a fun challenge. And the rules would be you have to use touchscreen controls. But obviously people would probably be able to cheat with something like that. Alrighty, so we've got our camera in, we've got our player, we've got our floors, we've got our walls. Now what we need to do is the main functionality. So what I want to do now is I want to add in some actual like touchscreen buttons, so then we can actually use our touchscreen controls for controlling the player. So I've never actually used 2D nodes in Godot before. I have used, 3D nodes and I've used the UI control nodes, but I've never actually used the blue 2D nodes before. I've used the red and green nodes, just not the blue ones. So yeah, let's try it out for the first time, I guess. So let's search up touchscreen button. There we go, touchscreen button, this is what we need. Okay, so where is the touchscreen button, by the way? Like I said, I've never used these nodes before, so it's a bit confusing to me. So we can scale it. Do we need like a texture for the button first or something? Maybe we do. Let's select texture normal. Quick load. We'll just select the normal regular Godot icon here. There we go. Now we can actually see. Okay, so this is our button. This is one of our UI screen buttons. So this one will be for making the player go forward. And we're going to have one for making the player go back and left and right, of course. So yeah. I will just be using the regular Godot icon as a texture. Alright. Move it down a bit more. Although I don't even know where the origin point of a 2D, like, would I have to fit it inside of the viewpoint thing here, or would it be somewhere else? Like, I'm really not too sure how this works. I guess we'll just have to wait and see when we do test the game eventually, but yeah. Like, I'm just a bit confused right now with everything. Because, yeah, this is my first time making a Godot game on Android. So now, with the touchscreen buttons, in case you don't know, with the action, where it says action, you just gotta enter in your action name. So with up, for example, that's my action go forward. So now touchscreen button has up set for the action. Now I am going to just save here. I want to do a quick test with this touchscreen button here. I want to do a quick test with it. So I think what we need to do first, we need to actually set our scene as the main scene before we test it. There we go. And yeah, now let's test. So right now we're literally about to debug the game. Oh, and we did, but we've got no lighting. I should have probably added some lighting into the scene. Yeah. Alright, so let's add some lighting into the scene, and then we'll actually get to, yeah, doing the thingy, where we test the game. So let's go add environment to scene, then we'll go add sun to scene, and boom, that should be all good. So now let's just save our scene, and now we can test. So I'm hoping that everything goes right. And look, there's our actual button, and boom, we can actually press it and our character goes forwards. So yeah guys, it works. The touch button works, and at least I know that now, so that's good. Alrighty, so we know the touch button works. That is really, really good news. So what we're going to do now is we're actually going to switch back to 2D, and now we're going to implement the other touch buttons as well. So I want to duplicate this one. We're going to, yeah, we're going to duplicate it. Where's duplicate? There it is. And now this one's going to be the one to go backwards. But yeah, I might actually even do like tutorials on how to make Android controls for Godot games now that I properly know how to do this. Because I've never tried before, because I mainly just do PC games, so I don't really worry too much about that, but yeah. I do want to try do Android ports of my games someday though. I don't know if I'll put them on Google Play Store, but they'll definitely be on itch.io. Okay, so now we just need to change the action here to right instead of left. And there we go. So now we just need to save the scene. And now let's test it out. Alrighty. And here we are, so my buttons are a bit off screen, I can fix that, but yeah, as you can see, I can actually now move my character up, down, left, and right. So yeah, everything's working right now, and I've pretty much already made like a very small, simple game in Godot just using Android. Like, yeah, no, this is very, very cool. Alrighty, so what we're going to do now is we are now going to create a new 3D scene. In this 3D scene, we're just going to call it ball. So our player's going to need to collect these balls in order to actually finish the game. So I'm going to go add a mesh instance 3D to this. So let's just set this to a sphere mesh, and boom. We will add a material to this as well. New stand material 3D. It'll be an unlit material. So I want to select unlit, except it's not letting me change the shading mode for some reason. Oh, there we go. Can it please select unshaded? There we go. So now the albedo color. Change this to like a pink, perhaps. There we go. Now we have our pink color. So now let's go save the scene. Just save it as ball.tscn, save, and boom. So with this, what I want to happen is when the player walks into the trigger of this sphere, it will then get collected. So basically once the player collects all the spheres, the game will simply end just like that. An end screen will pop up, and yeah, so what we're going to do is we're going to add a new scene to this. Area 3D. Create. Alright, so now we have our trigger. And then I want to add a child node to this trigger, and this will be the collision shape of the ball. Man, I don't know if I'll be able to get all this done today, or if this will be a video of mine that will take me like maybe 2 days to record, because, you know, what I like to do usually is I like to record for about, wait no, doesn't matter. Alrighty. So now, either a box shape or a sphere shape will do well for this. I guess we'll just go with a box shape for our trigger. So now that we've got our area 3D on, here's what we're going to do. So we're going to create a new script for our ball. Actually, would it be easier to do for the area 3D? No, we'll just do it for the ball. Alright, a new script for the ball. So what we're going to need to do for this is we are going to just get rid of the process function. We don't need this. I don't even think we'll need the ready function either, so we'll just get rid of this for now in case. Otherwise, if we need it, we can just do it again. Alright, so now let's write an entirely new function. This will be func, enter, and then we want to do underscore trigger, and then in parentheses body, and then the 2 dots. Okay, so if body dot name, where's the equal sign, equal to, my neck hurts right now because I've been leaning down at my phone. Body dot name equals to player, and then 2 dots again. So if body.name equals to player, then what will happen is we'll need to do like a level manager script, so then we can actually count the amount of spheres that have been collected. So obviously that's something I would want to add into this ball script, is to count up the amount of spheres that have been collected, but there's nothing in my script for that yet. In fact, we could just do that in the player script. Hold on. So we'll save for now. I'm just going to go into the player script to just add something quickly. So with our player script, we don't need to do a level manager script, we can just do this in our player script. We'll create a new variable. We'll just call it collected. And it will equal to 0. Whew. Alright. So now that we have that, we can just go save. Boom. Alright. So back in the ball script, what I'm going to do is I'm now going to write body, because the trigger will be picking up the player, so we can just go body dot collected plus equals 1. There we go. And then after that we can just go q underscore free to free this node from the scene. And there we go. So we've got the enter trigger function done. I don't think there's anything else we'll need to do with that. So anyways, what we can do now is we can go to our area 3D node and then attach the signal to it. Is there any way in which I can actually see what I want to type? Guess I'm just gonna have to wing it. Alright, let's type in enter underscore trigger. Hopefully this enters in correctly. Yeah, it did, I think. Now we can go connect. Well, did it connect? And yes, it did. It connected. Nice. Alrighty, let's go save scene. We're getting close to finishing this game now. Level, instantiate, and then we're gonna get the ball here. Alright, so I've got our ball in the scene. Let's add a few around. Alright, let's go play. And now we can, yep, we can collect the balls. So as you can see, they can be collected. And boom, all the orbs have been collected now. So yeah. So what we're going to do now is I am actually going to add a new mesh instance 3D into our level scene. So we're going to go plus, then mesh instance 3D. Alrighty, so now this will be our winning text. New text mesh. So what we're going to do with this text mesh is we are going to enter some text, of course. What else would we do with it? So it's just going to say you won. That's all it's going to say. So what I am going to do is I'm actually going to go select my camera and preview it. Alright, let's preview. We'll probably add some more collectibles around as well. But anyways, let's scale up this text. And cool, it's already facing the right way as well. You won. Alright, just text saying you won. There we go. And I'm gonna rename it as well to just 1. There we go. Save. Alright, we're getting closer to completing this game now, guys. I'm just gonna make this invisible now. Alright, so we have 6 balls. When our player picks these up, they will win the game. Alright guys, so we're almost done with this. What we're gonna do now is we are going to now go into our player script, and we're going to do the code for finishing up this game. So we've got a physics process function, but we're going to need another process function. So we're just going to do func underscore process. Make sure we select the delta one. Can we just select that, or do I need to type it in? I think I just need to type it. Alright, so we've got our process function. What we're going to do here is we're going to go if collected so if collected is over or equal to 6, since we've got 6 spheres to collect. So if collected is over or equal to 6, what we're going to do is we're going to go get underscore tree dot current underscore scene dot get, oh I accidentally just wrote get underscore send. What is going on? Get underscore node Also, I should probably see what my text node is, because that's what we're going to be getting here. I think it's called 1, so we're going to get node. So we're going to get the node of our current scene, and we're going to get 1, since 1 is going to be the text. And yeah, dot visible equals true. And to make sure that this only happens once in the script and it doesn't just repeat itself over and over again, what we're going to do is we're actually going to add a new variable. Let's call it done. Var done equals false. I'm going to make sure I save my project as well. There we go. And not done. Done equals true. Alrighty, so we're done there. Let's actually test it out and see if it all works. So let's see if we can actually like play the game and finish it. Alright, I'm ready. Okay, also I need to move the touchscreen buttons as well, because you know, one of them's off screen. But yeah, it's very easy to do Android games, like it's just a basic Android game. You know? And I mean, even making an Android game on PC would be easy as well with these touch buttons, but yeah. Oh, and was there an error? Because my game just stopped. I think there's an error. I may have gotten an error. Yeah, no, I have no idea what to do right now. My thing is just completely frozen. What on earth is going on? Oh, it's okay now. Don't worry guys, we're all back. So, I'm guessing that I got some sort of, error that I didn't notice. I think what I will do instead, in order to make this easier, just to make sure that we are actually getting the node, because I wanna make sure that, you know, this isn't a bug or if my game's just crashing because my device can't handle the text or whatever. So I just want to make sure. So we're going to export a new variable and we're just going to call this 1. Alright. And this will be a mesh instance 3D. Because if this text doesn't work, then that will either mean that I'll just have to use UI text or nothing. And just signify the end of the game some other way or something, I don't know. Alright, so we've got the 1 text. Now we just need to find this line here. Get rid of this. Oh, I accidentally just got rid of a bit too much there. Damn. Done equals true. And then 1 dot visible. Oh. Visible. Where's the equal sign? Equals true. Alrighty. So that should be that for the script. Now we just need to go to my player on the level. There is my player. And then we need to assign this 1 variable. So I'm just going to search 1, and there we go. Okay. And boom, now let's actually go save again and then test this out and make sure everything works. So yeah, if there was any issue to do with getting the 1 mesh instance before, now there shouldn't be an issue if that was the issue, because otherwise if the bug still happens where our game crashes, then obviously that's not the issue and there's something else going on, which probably has to do with the performance of my phone or something like that. Oh, and no, it worked. Yep, now it says you won. So yeah, that obviously was the bug. As you can see now, we have actually finished the game. It says you won, and boom. Alright, so now let's do some finalization, because we've pretty much finished the game basically. We just now need to add like an exit and also a restart function as well if the player wants to collect the orbs again. I was going to do some randomization for this game as well, but I can't really be bothered. I've already spent enough time on this, like probably nearly an hour now, and yeah, I don't really want to spend too much time else. So we are only going to be doing a bit more for this game. But yeah, one thing that we need to do is we need to actually like get these touchscreen buttons to you know, be more to the right. So let's select them and we'll just like scale them over to the right. There we go. This left one was the main one, which was outside of the screen before. Alright, there we go. Let's go save the scene. And boom. So we've got our touchscreen buttons now, which should be on screen and not off screen anymore. So one thing which I am going to do is I'm actually going to go into my project settings, and we're going to add a few new things into our input map. So we're going to add like a quit key. So we're going to go quit. So this will be our quit action, and then we'll also have a restart action as well. Restart, there we go. So we've got quit and restart. Now here's what we're going to do. So we're going to actually create two new buttons. So I'm just going to grab one of these buttons and we're going to duplicate it. Oh no, what have I done? Damn it. Accidentally selected something I shouldn't have. Oh my god, no, not again, no, what? No, what is going on? Oh my god. Alright. I just want to simply duplicate the node. That's all I want to do, is just duplicate it. There we go. Alright, so we're going to move this over more to the right. Going to make it a bit smaller too. So this is going to be like our quit button. So I'm just going to call this quit in the action. Alright, so now as you can see, with that button that says quit there, then I'm going to duplicate this button again, and we're going to call it restart. And then hopefully we should be able to export the game once we've done it all. So let's now restart. Let's type in restart for this button, and boom. Okay, so now we need to go back into our, we'll go into our player script. So we'll go script, and then player. And then we're going to go indent beneath the process function, and then I'm just going to write if input dot is action just pressed. I guess I'm going to have to probably type that out. I can't just select it, it seems. Is action underscore just underscore pressed. And then this will be for the quit action. So if the quit action is pressed, then what will happen is we will go get underscore tree. Oh, get underscore tree dot quit. There we go. Just as simple as that. And then we're going to go down beneath. Going to do the same thing again. Except this time it's going to be the restart function, which is going to restart the scene for us. I would add in sounds as well, but I can't be bothered. It's just going to be a silent game. Oops, I typed just wrong. And then I'm going to go get underscore tree dot reload current scene. And that should all work out. And boom, there we go. So now what we need to do is we need to save our scene. And now let's test out the game. So we already know that the, you know, the main function of the game works, collecting the orbs and seeing the end game. But what we haven't seen yet is the quit and restart. So what we're going to do is we're going to collect a few orbs. Actually no, we'll collect all of them and then we'll restart the game. So then we can see everything reset. So let's just go collect them all. U1, and then let's press this, and boom, the game actually restarts once we press the restart button. We'll do that again just so you guys can see again. So we go collect the orbs. And then it says we won, and then I can restart the game, and I can also exit as well, and boom, then the game exits. So yeah, overall, that is pretty much our game. That is pretty much it, we're pretty much done. So now all that's left for us to do is to finally export it. Alrighty, so our game should literally be exporting right now. I don't know if it already has. I mean, has it? I mean, it doesn't show that it's... Did it export? I guess there's only one way to find out, and that's to go check. Okay guys, so it turns out that it did get exported into a zip folder. I'm just going to start up my phone recording again now, just so I can, you know, record. So here it is. My test zip folder, as you can see. So I guess we can just extract this. Alright, extract. There we go. Finish. Alright guys, so I just did a bit of research, and it turns out that I think, and I don't know if I'm right or wrong on this, but I think exporting from Godot Android is actually impossible. I think you can only, I think the reason as to why it just creates a zip folder is because it then expects you to then, I guess, you know, export on on PC. So, you know, if you've been working on your game in Godot Android, then you can just export the zip folder of your actual project, then, you know, actually make the APK on your PC, I'm guessing. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's how I guess it works. And, yeah, if I wanted to, get my actual project exported, I'll need to do it on PC. So that's what I am actually going to do right now, is I am actually going to export my project using my PC. So I've got my phone hooked up to my PC, and I'm gonna basically, you know, try get the zip folder of my Android project on there. I'm gonna open it up on Godot 4.3 on my laptop, and we'll see how everything goes. Alright guys, so what I have done is I have now actually imported my project that I made on Android onto my PC, and here we are. So this here is the actual project which I was just making on Android before, and now it is all here. So if I were to test this right now, you would notice that I can't actually properly test it, as far as I know. So yeah, I can't actually press these icons right now because I am not using you know, an Android device. However, there is a way to test out your Android games on PC, in case you didn't know. So I'm pretty sure you just go, I think it's tap or something like that. Something to do with emulating tapping or something like that. Yeah, here it is, emulate touch from mouse. So if we select that, and then we go play again, now we should actually be able to use our... Yeah, now we can actually use our mouse to actually press these buttons here. So now it's almost like we are playing an Android game just using our mouse. Then we can restart, and we can also quit. Alright, so here's what we're going to do. So we're going to go project, export. And what we're going to do now is we need to actually, you know, export for Android. So it says here, target platform requires etc2/EA/ASTC texture compression. Enable that to fix. Alright, well, there we go. And then it says a valid Java SDK path is required in editor settings, and a valid Android SDK path is required in settings. So I'm not too sure how I'm meant to get that. I think I just need to look stuff up, I think. So what I'm going to do is I'll be right back. I'm going to look for this stuff quickly, and yeah. Alright, so I've decided I'm not going to export for Android because, you know, we've got to get the Java SDK and Android SDK. I do have them downloaded, I just haven't installed them yet and I can't be bothered to right now. But yeah, so overall we did make a Godot game using Godot on Android. And yeah, so this was the results. And overall, I am proud of this little game we made using just Android. But yeah, no, it is cool that you can just simply make a game using Android itself on Godot. I mean, using Godot on Android itself. But yeah, so anyways, I'll be sure to see you all in my next video, and bye bye.